Willie D Live.
What's up, family? We got Florida Representative Kimberly Daniels, who fixed her mouth to thank God for enslaving her ancestors and giving us the crack epidemic. Check out.
Holocaust, but the Jews own everything. I thank God for slavery. I thank God for the crack house. If it wasn't for the crack house, come on somebody, God wouldn't have never been able to use me how he can use me now. And if it wasn't for slavery, I might be somewhere in Africa worshiping a tree.
We're going to put that right at the top of the list of the most asinine things I've ever heard in my life. If it wasn't for slavery and crack, she might be in Africa hugging a tree. Apparently, she don't know that Africans are responsible for science, mathematics, philosophy, architecture, medicine, construction. All of those roots can be traced back to the motherland. But you let her tell it because she's been told Africans just run around butt naked, hugging trees. It is absolutely amazing when you let your enemy define your origins, when you let your enemy define your identity, when your enemy can gain control of your brain, they no longer have to put you in chains because you'll hold yourself in bondage. How on earth did she get to be a representative for anybody other than a group of damn fools? This is madness. But I see it. I mean, you got Donald Trump, he got a lot more people out there that he represents. But this is madness, fam. How could anybody who belongs to a group of people that have been almost got their race wiped out and who are under constant attack to this day, fix their mouth to say something so damn stupid? Ancient Egyptians developed surgical tools and medical texts long before Europe had hospitals. You don't even know who you are. It's one thing that you don't know who you are. It's another thing to take your enemy's word for who you are. I mean, to not even have enough sense or pride to do your own research. At the very least, to not try to downplay the contributions of your people. At the very least, to not speak negative of your own kind. I do not believe that one has to be a crackhead to help current crackheads have a better life or a future. Just as I do not believe that a pastor has to be a former pimp or a drug dealer or any criminal in order to save souls. once you get your mind right with God and you are saved and you have the mindset to go out and save others, you got the job, man. Go. And don't trip on people trying to use your past against you, because, as they say, every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. This woman is out of her mind thanking God for a slave. Let me tell you how bad it is. If not for slavery, she don't even have the wacky ideas that she have in her head. She don't even feel compelled to say something like she said. Talking about if God couldn't use me, he wouldn't be able to use me. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I wasn't in that crack house. Have you ever thought that maybe you would be doing better? I hear people saying all the time. They even have told me. I've had people tell me, man, if it wasn't for your experience, you wouldn't be who you are today. That's true. I might be an even better person. Have you thought about that? Yeah. You know, I did the best that I could with what I had to work with. I played the hand that I was dealt. And I threw some cards back and got some new cards, threw some other cards back and got some new cards. So I played the hand the best that I could. But just because I made it through don't mean that I got it all together and I've always had it all together. You don't have to have been abused to be a good person, you know? You don't have to have been abused to help victims of abuse. You don't have to be a former crackhead to help people who have a crack addiction. Yeah, perhaps you might be more relatable, but that does not mean that you would even be more effective than a person who hasn't been on crack. Yeah. You know, they say experience is the best teacher. I disagree. In my opinion, other people's experience is the best teacher. Because if I see you stick your hand inside of a boiling pot of water, and you, oh shit. How likely is it for me to do the exact same thing and go and stick my hand into that boiling pot of water? Not likely at all. We're in bad shape, fam. We're in bad shape. She ain't the only one who thinks like she thinks. It's a lot of them out there. And a lot of them are in leadership positions. Good Lord, man. Help us, man. Help us. Help us. But let's not wait on God, man, you know, because they say faith without work is dead. So while you're praying, make sure you're putting in the work. No more talk.